Yo, what's good? It's your boy Derek Branch here of Memphis Wire on SportsView360.com. In today's video, I just want to go ahead and talk about the current situation with the Memphis Tigers men's basketball program, in particular with David Jones, and if he's going to come back to the program or pursue a career at the next level at the National Basketball Association. I just want to just discuss if this team is could this team be viable? Could this team be able to contend for an AAC title next season? With with the current roster, with the current landscape of the AAC now, the past couple of years, since Penny Hardaway has been the head coach of the program, this is the current era of Memphis Tigers basketball that always been that other team that I would say the pundits, the media have the eyes on outside of Memphis. That always that team that seems to be like the stumbling block to Memphis. First it was Houston. You know what I'm saying? Houston leaves. Then Dusty May, in Florida Atlantic goes to the Final Four and they get that shine based off what they did a season ago and were the projected favorites of the conference to win it. But come to find out they didn't even they were an entirely different team and didn't win the tournament. But what got that were good enough based off their merits and past merits to get to the NCAA tournament with an automatic bid. But now, May is gone, Cameron Sampson is gone, and the Tigers finally, cross that threshold and be the team that we expect them to be. Now, I know they won the championship in the 2 seasons prior when they beat Houston in the conference title game and won the tournament, the AAC tournament. But you're still dealing with Houston, with the bully at the time. So can it happen this year with the current roster, without David Jones in the fold? Now, if you listen to any of my previous videos, I've said that if Jones comes back, great for Memphis. It would be great. I think this team would be the clear cut favorites to win the conference championship next season, which will be Penny Hardaway's second in his tenure with the program. You know, you bring back David Jones with guys like Kobe Rogers, Tyrese Hunter, BJ Haggerty, Baraka Koji. You know, the newest addition, Tyreek Smith, Dan Danger. This team will be really good. But what if he does not come back? What if everything is he receives good reviews at the combine. Scouts give him a good report, good analysis, and he decides to pursue a professional career. Can this team be better without him? That's what I want to ask tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, it's kind of reminds me of the situation that they dealt with a season last year with DeAndre Williams, and even though it's like different circumstances are at play, but DeAndre Williams didn't have, the thing was whether he had eligibility or not. You know, this situation is David Jones has eligibility, but he can leave. He has the option of leaving and pursuing of an NBA career. You know what I'm saying? And DeAndre, his waiver was denied by the NCAA. He was deemed ineligible. He was out of eligibility. But and the Tigers season started off great, and people were saying that you know they didn't need DeAndre Williams. They're doing just fine without him. And lo and behold, once conference play started, it showed why they needed DeAndre Williams on the team. Because it fell apart. It fell apart. Um, as soon as conference competition started, when they played as USF and they blew that 20-point lead, things started to go downhill. You know what I'm saying? And I wave it would suck if that same situation happens again because you could have because you could have had a bona fide game changer in your midst, but on your roster, but decides to pursue an NBA career. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm just from a fan perspective, from a Memphis Tigers perspective, do you need him to get you over the hump? That's what I would like to know from y'all tonight. Do you need him to put you over the top? Because I think Memphis is going to be. I think Memphis can win the conference next season, but there's always that other team that may cause some disruption in the conference next season. This past season, it was pretty much everybody. Even the teams that didn't have nothing to play for were wreaking havoc in the American. Rice caused problems. UTSA caused problems. Tulane did a little damage to a certain extent. And none of these teams got into the tournament. Charlotte was down a hot streak at one point. They didn't get to the NCAA tournament. They went home early. You know, I think Rice had a losing record and was playing and was playing in the conference tournament with a chance to get into the NCAA tournament, with a chance to get to the NCAA tournament on the line. But luckily, UAB beat them and got to the NCAA tournament as conference champions. You know, you know what I'm saying. So those are some things to take into consideration with the upcoming team. Does he already who are these guys? Can one of these guys fill that role of being a David Jones, a guy that can get buckets, can get buckets for you, a guy that can rebound, that can tag the basket. You know what I'm saying? Capable of doing many things as a player. I know he has the moments where he turned the ball over and you know had certain bright spots on defense, but you missing 20 points a game, 20 points a game, rebounding if Jones doesn't return. Can one of these players, fill that void? Can we have a roster where we have our top scorer and our second leading scorer? Second leading scorer is somebody that's reliable. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that can come through, score points, be reliable, be accountable if the first option is having an off night, you know. But the situation is still fluid. It's still a fluid situation. Nobody really knows for sure if David Jones is coming back or not. I think personally, if he doesn't come back, I think this team is good enough to, win the AAC, get into the NCAA tournament, and maybe get to the Sweet 16. You never know, but I think they have enough to get into the tournament. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think next year could be even harder on any team in the conference because Most likely it's going to be a one bid league. I think the AAC is going to be a one bid league next year. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of teams that are, you know, juggernauts. I won't say even juggernauts, but are that stout to where Memphis got to, seriously thinking about, hey, we have to get through them, get past them to get where we need to be. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that much parity as we saw in the previous year. So there's that, man. But still no word on if David Jones is gonna come back or not. I know I heard about what went down at the NBA Combine. He got the invite. A lot of good things were said about him by basketball, certain NBA scouts, certain things about him, putting out good reports about him. I don't know if that's enough to convince him to decide to put those aspirations on hold and come back or go to the NBA, but we'll find out for sure in the foreseeable future. So we'll see. All right, so that's y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. Do you still believe that? Do you still think that Memphis could be a really good team without David Jones if he decides to pursue a career in the NBA? And check out sportsview360.com/, Memphis Tigers for latest content of Memphis Tigers football and basketball program. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.